Live from the Cactus Creek at Ibri, he is the king of prime time, Ghana's undisputed entertainment laureate, and still the youngest old man in Ghana. Put your hands together, show some love for the indefatigable KSM.
The KSM Show.
I am excited, Papa. Well, this is my first show in 2023, man. Yeah, I'm back, and it's going to be hotter and magnificent. And before I start, just a short conversation I want to have with my fellow Ghanaians. You know, first of all, let me tell what's his name, Meek Mill. Yeah, let me tell him that I really appreciate the fact that he sat down to think and he realized that he had messed up big time. And so he rendered an apology. And for that, Meek Mill, Midasi, shame so loud, man. He rendered an apology. In the meantime, between time, there were Ghanaians defending him. What did he do wrong? Folks, this is the Jubilee House. This is the seat of our presidency. Treat it with respect. And I don't know what happened, because it's supposed to be a security zone. And this is the first time in the world that I've heard that a security zone has been used to shoot a music video. Ghana for say, hey, I mean, can you imagine if it's in Patapa or Daddy Lumba, they go to the US, to Washington, say they want to shoot their music video in the White House. Does it make sense? And not only shoot that, they use the podium where Biden stands to address the nation. They use that podium in Patapa's video. It will never happen. But because of sycophancy, there were some people who were actually saying, hey, there's nothing wrong with it. Yes, everything is wrong with it. And one last thing, I read some comments on social media. Oh, even the White House, they shoot films in the White House. They shoot films in Air Force One. The White House was just a replica. You go to any major studio in the US, they have a replica of the White House, just like how the White House will look on screen, and that's where they shoot. They don't go to Washington to shoot. They shoot in the replica. This guy, Tyler Perry, he's put his own replica of the White House. So for those, excuse me, say very highly intelligent Ghanaians that are saying, when I say White House where you took pictures, it's in a replica. So for me, I'm very, very happy that Meek Mill realized his folly and apologized. And for all you Ghanaians that are defending him, someone new. Anyway, we have a great show for you today. We're going to go to a commercial break. When I come back, I have a guest you want to meet. Stick around, folks, because my next guest is a new sheriff in town. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.
Happy New Year from SIC Insurance. And they are looking and waiting for more and more of you to join on their plan. As they always say, their promises are sacred.
Hey, wait! Go left, come. Straight. Push up. Hey! Oh, sorry, madam, I don't see him.
You kept asking me to come back.
You can't control what will happen, but you can control how you respond to what happens when it happens.
Welcome to SIC Insurance.
At SIC Insurance, we are always ready to come to your aid when the unfortunate happens. Call us today for your motor, accident, fire, burglary, travel insurances, and more. Or visit our website or any of our branches nationwide. SIC, our promises are sacred.
Cactus Creek. It is no longer Ghana's best kept secret. It's an open secret. So serene, so heavenly. And the meals? Just like home cooking. Cactus Creek. Your soul will thank you. Call or WhatsApp 055-039-5007. Paul's Fitness Center, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana. Meet the indefatigable captain.
There are three things that I love doing. Number one, workout. Number two, workout. Number three, workout. Workout put mind, soul, and body together.
The captain has spoken.
We're getting busy. Bright lights, yeah, they make me dizzy. Logo Liggy. I just want the Lizzie. It's a Logo Liggy. Uptown, chasing for the Lizzie. Downtown, everybody busy. Logo Liggy. Life be Logo Liggy. I just want the
Paul's Fitness Center, East Legon Branch, Lizzie Sports Complex, Cotton Street, East Legon, Accra, Ghana, 0302-519-675. Kumasi branches, Officers Mess Branch, Denyame, Major Kobina Drive, Kumasi, 0541-871-602. Golden Tulip, Kumasi City Branch, Rain Tree Street, 0322-492-647. Paul's, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana.
Say what lie we for run town.
Azipa Essentials has good news for you. If you're in Takoradi and its environs, don't worry. You can pick up Azipa Essentials jacket at Ruler Unisex Boutique in Anaji, Takoradi, Queen of Peace in Takofo Road. Call or WhatsApp 0544 548766.
The KSM Show.
Hey! Thank you, folks. I'm so delighted to be here this evening because you know something? I've been wishing to talk to this guy for the longest time, man. I had him once when we were on TGIF, but I've never had him with the KSM show. Let me shut up, man. This guy was in Ghana some time ago. They came from the US for some conference, and then something happened because the Minister for Trade made a remark. Take a look at this, quickly, take a look at this.
Nobody likes whiners. People that spend all their time whining all the time, I really get on people's nerves. So stop whining. Stop spending, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this, please, we know it doesn't work. So stop whining all the time saying it doesn't work.
You heard it, man? I see, we are tired of whining. What whining to do? And then what happened? One guy in there that I'm going to be talking to him, your friend Kofi Koranteng. I want you to listen to his response that he gave. Listen to this.
We came here to sit with the decision makers to formulate policy to help us integrate us into the system. Where are the decision makers? You tell me. Where are they? Where are they? They are nowhere around here to listen to us. Everybody comes in here and has an attitude that, oh, I got something better to do. Well, if you're a business person and you know that there is a constituency that has the most amount of money and the most amount of expertise that you need into your business to make it work, I would have thought you would spend more time with that constituency to get them to do something. There is nobody here. The decision makers are not here. So we need to change this mindset. And if you would let the president know, this attitude and this arrogance about we are whiners. Really? Who travels 3,000 miles to be a whiner? We could have been whiners from our constituencies. We didn't need to come here. So this attitude has to change. If you want to engage us, then be serious about engaging us, because we're not here to play.
That's it for you, man. Kofi put the minister on the spot. Say, no, you can't say that, man. Anyway, let me shut up now because I have him in the house. Kofi Koranteng, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, KSM. It's always a pleasure. I've been watching you from afar. You make an impact every time I watch you, and we want to thank you on behalf of all Ghanaians for the splendid show you've put up for all these years.
Thank you.
You seem to be getting better with time. So
Really?
keep going.
Oh
We'll
man,
keep watching.
I'm highly flattered, man. I'm highly flattered. But
yeah, you're
you
good.
seem to be getting more and more dynamic with time, man. Because I call you. There are many people who show up here and there every now and then as independent presidential candidates, but somehow, Kofi, you're different, and I call you the only serious independent presidential candidate. Maybe I'm not being too fair, but you're serious. Let me tell you why. Most independents show up before the election, hey, come and make some bits of noise, and then disappear, But not KK, man. You've been consistent. You've been in the race, yeah? So let me start by this. Let me start this way. What, in your own assessment, are your chances, Kofi? I mean, here you are, you have just shown up, you are making some mileage here and there, but are you seriously thinking that, Charlie, 2024, I'll be president? Or perhaps it's a strategy to let's make your face known out there, but you're aiming at maybe sometime in the future? What's the deal, my brother?
Well, let me listen, and thanks for a great question. But the truth is, it's not Kofi Koranteng doing anything. It's the people working through Kofi Koranteng. I represent the people. So the time has come for Ghanaians, especially the youth, to chart a new path, and they see Kofi Koranteng as the one who's going to lead them to the promised land, and that's what we're doing. And to tell the truth, I am ready. I am able. I've never been this ready. I'm not here to be president. I'm here to serve my people. I'm here to take.
Yeah. So this is not about Kofi Koranteng. You are saying this is something, the spirit of the people. This is what the people now want.
Absolutely, represented in me. You see, because let me tell you the truth. And you said something. None of the candidates represents the youth as I do. None of them. And to tell the truth, I don't think they're ready. I don't think they know what they're talking about. It's just, presidency in Ghana is just an arena for people to come show stuff so they could get paid by the NDC or MPP, because that's what this is. We learned this the hard way when we run 2020. A lot of these candidates come in here and show their stuff. It's just like a peacock, so that when they go to the show, they would get the most buck for their colors. That's not what this is about. This is real knocks, school of the real knocks, and we're serious about what we're doing. And this is what the youth believe in me to do, so that we can elevate their aspirations to a whole different level. And that's what this is about,
Youth believe in you. And basically what you're doing is like a rallying call from the youth. So
absolutely.
So to say, tell the youth, they just don't get it. The youth are not there. Some are saying that the youth could have been more dynamic. You look at, for example, I remember way back in the day, when I was back in the day, when you talk about the nukes, people set up. When the nukes spoke, Ghana shook. But now you have the nukes, the SRCs, they've all sort of been diminished. They've all become partisan allegiances and things. So when you say the youth are behind this movement, exactly what are you seeing from the youth to convince you that the youth are ready now for prime time action?
Well, first of all, let me just correct this. You don't need every youth to be part of the movement. You don't need every youth. What we need is good and serious men and women who are ready for change. And in every society, this is what happens. You just need a few good men and women to stand up and say, you know what, enough of the nonsense. We want to chart a new path for change. And then everybody else comes aboard later. But for now, we just need people who are going to get to the forefront and craft this thing. And that's the people who are in the New Vision movement, which is our movement, are serious. There's a serious group of people, men and women, who have come to a point in their lives in Ghana, and know that these, know-nothing clowns of NDC MPP have led us astray in the last 30 years. And the signs show everywhere. All you have to do is just walk down the street and see the high levels of unemployment, see buildings falling apart, seeing roads decrepit, and no food, and the hardships of Ghanaians tells the story. I don't need to come and convince anyone. It's been 30 years running, and you don't need me to convince you. If you are paying attention, you will know that the NDC and MPP have failed us. And everything, all they do is lip service. They pay a couple of knuckleheads to go out on the street and talk the game for them, so that when they get the chance, they could come in and run this narrative that, oh, well, an independent is never going to make it, all that nonsense. But the time is up. It's time out.
Yeah.
And there's a new sheriff in town.
And the sheriff is called KK, I guess.
Well, I better believe it.
How do you react to people who say the youth are not angry enough? I know you say you don't need the totality of the youth to be up in arms, just some of them. Do you have enough anger?
Well,
have enough spirit behind you that can change?
We don't need anger. We don't need anger. We just need action.
Action.
We just need action, and it's action that's constitutional. All we telling everybody, listen, you don't need to go out in the streets and rally and bang doors and burn cars and do all of those things. Be law-abiding citizens. Tell your friends about what the movement and what we're doing. So on December 7th, 2024, go out there and you vote for Kofi Koranteng. That's all you need to do. This is simple. This is painless. This is the new order. You use your mind. You're not going to fight with the NDC and MPP. Why do you need to fight? You voted for them, right? If you voted for them, then you can't fight them. You don't go throw stones and burn cars, and that's stupid. Go out and just vote. You don't like them, you just vote them out. And let's bring somebody who's more responsible, who's science-based, data-driven, human-centered, to run this thing like they have done in so many other countries.
Yeah. Let me ask you very quickly. I've listened to you, I've heard you talk. You do make a lot of sense. What kind of progress do you think you're making? Because, I mean, it all sounds good. What you want to do, the changes that you want to bring, the dynamism you want to infuse, it sounds fantastic. But I'm getting the impression, as some do, rightly or wrongly, is that we're independent too. You're still coming against two very entrenched or more forces. And how does a third force break through?
KSM, this is the thing. The strength of the MPP is not with the MPP. The strength of the NDC is not with the NDC. The strength of any political entity is with the people. So when the people decide they want to go one way, you cannot deny them. You see? So the strength now has tilted. And the youth, 12.5 million of us, are saying that we want to go this way with Kofi Koranteng. Nobody can stop that power. Now, are there going to be people going to say, we want to still remain with NDC, MPP? Well, everybody has the right to be, I want to choose my words carefully, but you can remain dumb if you want to remain dumb. The hand that hurts you, you cannot continue to support. And NDC, MPP has hurt us. So if you are supporting NDC MPP, there's something seriously wrong with the way you think about how Ghana needs to be, okay? Including you, KSM. If you support NDC MPP, then there's something seriously wrong with you. But I don't think you do, because you are objective, you pragmatic, and you have common sense. And if you have these three things, there's absolutely no way that anyone in their right mind will support NDC and MPP, because they have done nothing but rape us for the last 30 years in the Fourth Republic. And nobody could deny that. The signs are all over the place. We've been to the IMF 17 times. Who does that? Who goes to the IMF 17 times? Every time they come, they beg for forgiveness, and we forgive them. And then they do it again because they think we're dumb. Right? That's the only reason, because the signs that take you to the IMF never changes. High unemployment, high debt.
17 times already, and I see an 18th time coming.
Well, of course, they're not planning on changing anything. Listen, the worst thing the IMF could have done is to give $3 billion to the same brainless people who caused us to be in a situation 17th time. That's the worst thing they could have done. You are a driver, you can't drive. You get caught by the police, they give you a ticket and say, okay, now that you've gotten a ticket, get back in the driver's seat and drive properly. There must be a dumb police officer. I'm telling you, because if you want the driver to at least take their passengers to the destination safely, you should take the driver's license and the keys for the car from them and get somebody else who can prove that they could drive the car to drive the car. What the IMF should have done was say, listen, if it's going to be the same NDC MPP people who have failed you guys for the last 17 times, we're not going to give you any loan till you bring us a new breed of thinkers who have Ghana at heart, who is a sort of science-based, data-driven, human-centered consciousness to leadership to run Ghana.
Good point right there. Let me make this observation that they are at the IMF right now, and one of the people who was so solidly against going to the IMF is the leader of the delegation that is dealing with the IMF. So my question is this: people have said this, maybe right, maybe wrong, that there is some conspiracy on the part of these Bretton Woods institution. You know, you encourage this quote unquote Negroes, let them become dependent on you and keep them in their position by dangling this IMF thing in front of them. Do you see that happening? Do you think there's
listen, whatever it is, Ghanaians have had enough, and we cannot entrust that fiduciary responsibility of running this estate of Ghana to the NDC and MPP. Whatever the theme or the idea or the scheme of the IMF is, it's up to them. They can run a scheme. Listen, if a thief comes to your house or is knocking on your door and you have your door open, then they could come in and take whatever they want. Yeah. You cannot blame the thief. You have to blame yourself for not keeping your doors locked, correct? Yeah. So we don't care about the scheme of the IMF, whatever they want to do. But what I'm saying is they cannot be working for our good, because if they were working for our good, they will not give $3 billion to the same people who cost us the mess. The mind and the hand that cost you the mess cannot be the same mind and hand that fixes the mess. Einstein said it. Did Einstein not say it? A problem cannot be fixed from the same level of consciousness that it was conceived. How then do you fix the problem by giving $3 billion to the same people running their minds at the same level of consciousness that caused the problem that caused us to be in this hole? I don't understand. This is common sense to me. Is it not to you? It's common sense. They're going to crush again, as they have 17th times already.
Yeah.
They don't know how to fix the problem. They couldn't even dream about it if they made an effort. They are clueless. And that's all they're doing. They're taking Ghanaians for a run. So what we are saying is listen, they're going to squander first of all, what's $3 billion going to do? What's it going to do?
Yeah.
What's it going to do? It's not going to do anything but pay ex gratia and Article 71 and pay their incomes and they buy gas for their big SUVs, right? In 2 years, all that money will be gone and there will be a time for the next person to take over. So $3 billion from the IMF is not going to do anything, especially if you're not investing it into fixing the fundamental things that have caused you to be in a mess in the first place. We don't have any industry. We have high unemployment. How you plan on employing your people? All these youth, 3 million graduates, unskilled, unemployed. You don't have any program to absorb them. You take $3 billion, you don't have a plan, you're going to go back to IMF.
Yeah.
That's if you're coming. So it just doesn't make any kind of sense. And the IMF sits and allows these guys to talk nonsense, allow them, and they give them $3 billion. They didn't do us any good by giving us $3 billion.
Kofi, we have come to the point where I have to take a commercial break. But when we come back, let's continue on this and let's see what is the way out and why Kofi Koranteng thinks he is the new sheriff in town. You said you are, right? You're the new sheriff in town?
Absolutely. Well, listen, just by what I tell you, you know, I'm the right candidate. I'm the only one who can fix Ghana. These clowns don't have a clue.
We'll keep it right there, folks. We're taking a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be talking to the only sheriff in town. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.
Happy New Year from SIC Insurance. And they are looking and waiting for more and more of you to join on their plan. As they always say, their promises are sacred.
Hey, wait! Go left, come. Straight. Push up. Hey! Oh, sorry, madam, I not see him.
You kept asking me to come back.
You can't control what will happen, but you can control how you respond to what happens when it happens.
Welcome to SIC Insurance.
At SIC Insurance, we are always ready to come to your aid when the unfortunate happens. Call us today for your motor, accident, fire, burglary, travel insurances, and more. Or visit our website or any of our branches nationwide. SIC, our promises are sacred.
Cactus Creek. It is no longer Ghana's best kept secret. It's an open secret. So serene, so heavenly. And the meals? Just like home cooking. Cactus Creek. Your soul will thank you. Call or WhatsApp 055-039-5007.
Azepa Essentials has good news for you. If you're in Takrady and its environs, don't worry. You can pick up Azepa Essentials jacket at Ruler Unisex Boutique in Anaji, Takrady, Queen of Peace in Takofo Road. Call or WhatsApp 0544 548766.
KSM Show.
We're back. And we're hanging out with Kofi Koranteng. And before I continue, let me show you just two pictures that I saw that I love. You know, this kid. Take a look at this one. Wow. And then another one. Look at this one. Did you see this kid? Kofi, I don't know how old you were. And now you're a guy. You've been a guy for quite a while, huh?
But
let's come to the point. You know, that was just to take a little comic relief there. But let's come to this, Kofi. This is very, very serious. Sometimes I wonder, these IMF people in their practices of their own homes and things, what do they really say about us?
Idiots. Listen, let me tell you something. I just came from the UAE, right? And I was speaking to a friend of mine, and they were saying that, you know what, Kofi, we went around stores. He went around in Qatar. I joined him. We went to Abu Dhabi. We went to Dubai and a couple other places. Anywhere you go and you see a black man, they're sitting there like a chimpanzee in a zoo. You know, the look on a chimpanzee in a zoo is you have stripped them of their pride and power, and they are powerless. And they are telling you that I don't belong here. When you go to the zoo, watch the chimps. It's a totally different attitude and a look when you see them in the wild. When they're in a zoo and they feel captive, they have a different look. This is how the Africans look in the stores and in the places that we saw them. And I really paid attention and looked at them. Their body language, their mannerisms when you go for service, it saddens me. You know, it tells us that they are all in the wrong place because their leaders have let them down. I spoke to ladies. I spoke to countless people in Dubai who want to come home but cannot afford their ticket back home.
Yeah.
They can't afford. There are 20 women in one room. Can you believe it? 20 women in one room. They share space together. You see, they're living the Dubai, the glitz of Dubai that we see on television. It's not what our people experience when they go. They go as the dirt of the earth. KSM.
Yeah.
And it saddens me. Now, why do they do that? They do that for a chance of greener pastures. There is no greener pasture than that in Ghana if we have the right leadership. We have to build a new Ghana, a totally new Ghana, and the only person who can build a totally new Ghana is Kofi Koranteng. And let me prove to you why. Because you see, KSM, let me tell you this. These guys don't realize that we need a middle class. Ghana does not have a middle class. Till we have a middle class, we're not going to be able to absorb the 500 plus billion cedis of debt. Who is going to absorb it? The richest people in Ghana spend their money in Dubai and other places. The poorest people buy a lot of things, but the value of the things they buy minuscule. So it doesn't have the economic combustion to absorb the 500 billion. So you need a middle class. The middle class of every society is the engine of every society. In Ghana, our middle class is abroad. If we don't do the things we need to do to bring the middle class back into Ghana, there's absolutely no way we're going to be able to absorb the $500 billion of debt. We're now over 100% debt to GDP. We're going to keep borrowing. And these guys are not thinking. When did you ever hear Mahama or Baumia or Chairman Ting come out with an idea? This is how we're going to take care of the 500 billion cedis of debt. So it means we're going to build an economy by this building blocks, building Sekou Dubai, building all these edifices. And then what they're going to do is we're going to owe so much because we've collateralized all these things. They're going to take the country from us. You see? How do you build a country like that? No country, no economy in the world has ever developed on debt. You develop on surpluses. Do we have the surplus? Tell me, if we had the surplus, the city will not be dangling north of 11 cities to $1. Am I right or wrong? Tell me. You see, because we don't have the foreign exchange reserves. How are we going to get the foreign exchange reserves? We're not going to be able to create foreign exchange reserves when, with all the agriculture that you have not created an output for the agro-based industries. How are we going to?
Where do we start
to do that?
We're seeing these things, and so it's sitting back. Okay, these are things that we hear. You know, sometimes people seem to know what the problem is. Not everybody, but you identify certain individuals who seem to have an understanding of what the problem is. Somehow, it never gets done. Trust me, there are many.
But why?
Some very good people who have the correct thinking. How come we still wallowing in this quagmire of, cluelessness?
Because listen to me. We never really vote for the right people. See, Ghanaians love the education, people's education and backgrounds. Ghanaians love the eloquence of people. Oh, Okaseye, Okosku Abruche. That does not equate to functionality coefficiency. You need a functionality coefficient to be able to be productive with what you have for yourself and for your people. Our people don't have that with all the education, because if it were just education alone, we have more of that education at Parliament and with our ministers. But they have all the education, they're schooled abroad, but they're not functional. They may have IQs, but they don't have FQs. They need to be functional.
Why aren't they functional? What is the cause of this non-functionality of, like, say,
first of all, there is a greed component to this. They come into a system that they can exploit, that nothing happens. Okay, so what are you going to do different? Well, the first we're going to do is we will punish everything inconsistent with our objectives. And we have to punish immediately, right? So what you do is when you punish immediately, there is a correctional factor to the psychology of how people see things. And when you go to Dubai, you go to all these places, there's a correctional factor. That means when you do something, it's almost instantaneously, something happens to tell you that you're not supposed to do this. Do you see that in Ghana? Yes or no? It's not existent in Ghana. Just in case you're thinking about it, let me tell you, right? It's not existent in Ghana. With our system, there's going to be instantaneous. The moment you do something, you will get a result. The result will be a consequence that will modify your thinking and the way you behave. That's how it's supposed to be done. Ghana for before the people who work on a basis of, oh, we hope the person is good. You can't hope a person is good because people will always take the path of least resistance. So you set systems up to guide people. And if they mess up, it corrects them. And as they get corrected, oftentimes it molds them into your expectation. And that's how you used to develop. We went to Dubai. I was looking for garbage. I'm looking for garbage. I couldn't find garbage. And then we found one piece of paper who someone had dropped. In seconds, somebody came and swept it away. Is that what we see in Ghana? So we have 275 parliamentarians who are supposed to be thinking for us. How can you justify these guys are thinking? They are not thinking. How can you justify 130, 125 ministers are thinking? They are not thinking. You could tell when you get to Kotoka Airport because half the airport doesn't have AC. Water dripping from the ceiling. The friend saying, trolleys here, they fat baggy, a down which you're supposed to put a panel which is supposed to be impact resistant. You could tell I'm an engineer. My background is engineering. I look out for things that were not done right. And I could tell, you go to Circle Dubai, look at the mess. It's a haven for homelessness.
Yeah, Kofi, isn't that a reflection of the kind of people we are?
No, it's first a reflection of the leadership because the leadership is who makes the people. Get it? And this is the problem. And in Ghana, for them, say, oh, we won't fix the country, fix yourself. The people will never fix themselves. Not the people will fall in line. This is how it works. This is how it works. Because if you bring the Chinese people to Ghana, you bring Americans to Ghana, the English to Ghana, people from the UAE to Ghana, they will be like Ghanaians because there are no systems. People are people everywhere on planet Earth. The mind in our brains is the same everywhere with every human being. The only thing that differentiates one human being to the next is the color of our skin. So the color of our skin and the pigmentation of our skin and our hair, everything else is the same outside of these things. So it doesn't change. Leadership is what defines and creates systems, that creates standards, that creates models that people follow. That's how it's supposed to work. If you have a clueless leader, who doesn't know how to put together systems, it looks like the people are clueless. There's chaos. That's what is happening in Ghana. Everybody pointing to the people. Ghana for the Omunye. Ghana for the Omunye say, no, we have a clueless and brainless leadership. That's the problem. Until we change it, Ghana will never change. Get it and push it out to them so they can get it in their heads. And that's why we want to get the youth to rise and say no to this nonsense. It's enough of this nonsense.
What is the reaction of the youth to your message? How prepared are the youth? Because somehow most of the youth are also trapped in the same system that you say is wrecking them, which is true.
Do you blame them?
They're grown up in it.
You can't. KSM, let me tell you something. That youth, most of the youth have been dumbed down. They're in the state of trauma. I go around the universities all over the country and speak to youth. They don't even believe they're American. They've been done. Remember the chimpanzee at the zoo who thinks they cannot escape? Sana youth they've been dumbed down. So you have to bring them out. Now, you take the same youth out or what Ghana. Now, actually, won't go 6 months, 2 months, 1 week, what's it say? Ofra or Kasa differently. Oh, you bet me. Listen, everybody in Dubai that I spoke to said we could build Ghana better than Dubai. Obia menene Kasa with Dubai or yeah Ghana, catch them and said we could build Ghana better than Dubai. That's their belief level. The same one counterparts are what Ghana, no one Kasa Kofi. Now, what's the change the constitution? The constitution, they will change, then we change. Second, yeah, you see, trauma, you're traumatizing one into submission of substandardness. Into to say, the mind, oh my gosh, it's sad.
How
and this is why we need a revolution of the intellect to reinvigorate energy back into the thinking of the youth so that we can open up possibilities of human achievement, a new paradigm.
My only question is, yes, it's true. How are we going to do it systematically on the channel? I mean, that we do.
It's the easiest thing. It's the easiest. Okay, so KSM, when you say how you're going to do it, I don't even understand you. And here in Wako Ghana, when we say yes, see, to say the yes, National Cathedral, say open New York, we see a place for graduates to go with the most high-tech and modern computers. They talk and they jive with all their colleagues, talk about space and to say your friends in Silicon Valley, Dubai, who call Singapore, who call Japan, who be Canada. Canada. So how the hell do you think Ghanaians the youth of Ghana are gonna think if you don't have that available for the youth? You haven't given them the tools for them to think. So how you think they're gonna think? We give them the tools and they think. So why is data what in who's can only be to data? As I say, data free mother youth. No to be the we are saying data. Data youth. Mama NTN data you Vodafone swap how Ghana for with how the heck do you plan say they're gonna get the to be able to do stuff? Are you kidding me? What, do we go to the library in Accra, court next hall, computers is here? I said, 386 as they're saying. And Pentium crane, 386 computers is here. But now, what's up crane here because light crane? Come on. And you want to be competitive? You want to be competitive?
I understand everything you're saying. And my only question is, when you see the enormity of this problem, where we are now, you want to be president. Where do we even start? You talk about
the easiest thing.
You have to change
Masa. Okay, KSM, listen to me. KSM, listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
When you have an untrained mind and you look at a problem, you look at it from the perspective of its difficulty and cumbersomeness. Untrained mind. When you have a trained mind like I do, and you are presented with a problem, you see the problem as a puzzle. Every puzzle has a solution. And that's how I see it. No, wait, bear with me. So what I'm saying is that which you see as huge, now here is starting and you're so small. By just putting together a responsible leadership, or yes, science-based, data-driven, human-centered, 60% of Ghana's problem will fall in place in alignment because in Ghana, your friends saying public officials, they will know say because there is a new sheriff in town who will take no nonsense, who will fire their asses if they mess up, they're gonna fall in place.
Which I totally agree with. But I think where I'm trying to get us to, right, is to get the people listening to you right now who are all maybe inspired and they want to do the correct thing and all of that, is practically Where is the starting point? Whether you're seeing this as a problem or a challenge, or where is the starting? Because problem is so the Constitution requires the president to appoint IGP to appoint all of these things now. Yeah, I am
KSM. How do you start eating an elephant?
How do you start eating an elephant?
One bite at a time.
But where do you bite first?
Okay, so listen, if
the eye, the tail.
Okay, no. But so when we get in, number one, we're gonna have our council put in a bill to AG to get the constitution changed. I mean, we're gonna start the process, right? We're gonna reduce the parliamentarians from 275 to 20. We're gonna reduce it by 255 and put the money towards development. We're going to abolish ex gratia Article 71. We're going to abolish regional ministers. We're going to reduce the, your friend saying, diplomatic missions, 55 diplomatic missions around the world. You be reduced, to five, because they say BBI online. So we're going to make systems hum. All the ministries, now we reduce it to 10 ministries. We put all the 10 ministries in one building. So we're going to work with Ministry of Education to change curriculums. A step-by-step process. Listen, you can sit down in one meeting as a president and just give orders, say, Minister of Education, Agriculture, they all come in with proposals. And number one, KSM, one of the things you need to understand is, manifesto Ghana. We're not going to work with a manifesto. We're going to work with a national development plan. The national development plan is going to come in 4 major areas: infrastructure, economy, governance, and the society. These 4 major pillars are going to have very specific modules that everybody who is in this sector needs to follow. It's as simple as that. Listen, this is how everybody did it. Yeah. This is how Singapore did it.
What I can appreciate is where you're coming from. Most of the time, US background, and the fire and the love and the desire to get things done. You have that fire. You have that sense of urgency in you. And I'm telling you, when I'm wrong, and I've been back in Ghana for a while, and I've studied Ghana for a long time, we lack that sense of urgency. We don't even appreciate that sense of urgency. Trust me, you can be the leader and want to do these things, and you'll be surprised that amongst the very people that you want to create that change, that's where the rankings will start to.
That's not true. No, that's not true. No. And let me prove it to you. The same Ghanaians who are underperformers are the same Ghanaians who become highly performing people when they come into environments with systems. Ghana for one more Ghana we because you acquire the consumption or money or yes, obedua breach and life assistant identity because the system molds you. Yeah. You need a system, a constrictor to an expectation. You need to be what Ghana, sir. KSM, you have to understand.
Yeah.
The moment you create a system, nipa chrono onto me any shape be or design as a sort of one shape rectangular and a square no. They have to default to that. One ya you be you were you be for it's simple. Okay? The moment I will be when you start firing and you start showing them why you firing them, the next person who comes starts at a different level because they know exactly what's going to happen if they don't follow suit. That is all there is to it. There's no magic. Look when you did it in Singapore. Go read his books. He came to Ghana to actually see how things were being done by Nkrumah, and he went back and he changed things, and they have Singapore. Yeah. So when you doubt me, I don't understand. No. How can you doubt?
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Those of us who lived under parts of the Rawlings era, whether his intellectual capability is not what I'm talking about here.
Rawlings, okay, KSM.
There was this leader who had the semblance of, I want to put law and order. And
Who's
Ghanaians
that?
were sitting up. Whether we like it,
Who's that?
they were becoming punctual. They were doing things. But how far did that go?
Because okay, so now I'm so surprised you would say that. Rawlings was systemless. Rawlings didn't know any systems. He came to just break down things. It's more dangerous to break down things when you don't know how to reconstruct it. You see, the process we are bringing in is not just to tear things down. You tear things down with a consciousness to redevelop in a different plane of a different consciousness and paradigm. Rawlings did not have that paradigm. Rawlings was a ragamuffin who came in and broke things down and didn't do anything. What did he do? What did Rawlings do? Tell me. He just came, oh, let's do this. Let's shoot these people. Let's cane these people. Where's our people don't change? People, and only a friend, if you do leadership, who will say, no, yeah, leadership by position. Leadership by position don't change anyone permanently. It's not sustainable. Are you kidding me?
I understand everything you're talking about, though. I'm saying, for what it's worth, some disciplines seem to have been emerging. It didn't work fine, But the bigger question...
Why didn't it work? Why didn't it work? Why didn't it work?
It's because we as a people here in Ghana,
it's got nothing to do with we.
Oh, yes, it does.
KSM, listen to me. It's not because of the people. The people will never change, right? What the problem was is Rawlings did not have a sustained systems to listen. Obiano, every human being, for you to develop a habit, you have to do the same thing for over a period of time, consistently, right? Rawlings did not create systems. Rawlings built good systems based on personality. But this is what a lot of people need to realize. When personality removes from a system, everything goes back to how it originally was. You can't build anything sustainable based on personality. It has to be on systems. This is what Rawlings was not ready for that paradigm. This is what we're coming in. We're saying that the building we're bringing in, we're not just going to break things down. We're going to break things down and reconstruct it and maintain it. You have to have a system that holds the walls in place, or it's going to fall apart, because we are human beings and we will always fight for the path of least resistance. So this is not just a one-tier thing where you come, oh, let's break things down. You fire Obia, and you say, you have to put the right people in place. You have to constantly, your friend, kaki, constant assault to continuous improvement. So you have to constantly be on top of them to make sure that they are meeting standards. If they fall below standard, you deselect them from the herd and bring in new people.
You have no idea how much I agree with you and how much we are on the same plane. I guess the only difference, and we'll continue this later, the only difference is that I see you as having what I call the firepower of somebody who's back, friendly returnee firepower. What you're also missing, which I want you to be aware of, is that no matter what you do, we have all these Ghanaians too on the other side holding water hoses, eager to douse your fire.
That's given. KSM.
So all I'm saying is this, Chief, and I respect and I agree with what you're saying, is convincing the people that your approach is different from any returnee who has come with fire pass, Mbabe, thinking about systems and things. People have talked about it. I want to hear from you, and we have just 1 minute more, unfortunately. How yours is different. How this new sheriff is going to make things happen that people have talked about, but they were never able to accomplish it. Can you do that?
Consistent correctional processes and no punishment. So there will always be a consequence to everything you do. If you do well, guess what? We will compensate you. We will reward you. If you don't do well, we will punish you for you to know that it's not the right thing. And as human beings, we will fall in place. That's how you do it. Everywhere in the world, that's how they've done it. So you cannot be convinced that Ghanaians are going to be that different, because the same Ghanaians, when they come into systems abroad, they fall in line. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
And I really agree with you 100%. I was there and I saw Ghanaians, and how they perform and the levels of excellence that we hold when we're in the US. I saw all of that, and so I also wonder, I said, why say Ghana, how we are not able to accomplish the same levels? And you're right.
We don't have systems. We don't have punishment. We don't have systems. And then the system is riddled with holes for the people at the top to milk it. You see, our people are not going to milk it. You Korea there. The moment they babisi. Korea Gane sika. Ube fiaba. So, Korea Gane is Canada for him. Ube fiaba. That's capital punishment.
Kofi, and I'll get you back again, honestly, because we have to talk more about this and let it sink in for people to know. Say the new sheriff is coming, and he has a totally mindset and can do what others have talked about. But
this we don't listen. This is a one-shot kill, baby. You understand? We got to get it right. We're gonna get it right.
And we have.
I appreciate you having us on your show. But we're not messing up. This thing, it's been meticulously calibrated for perfection.
Trust me,
and
I hope so. This is all I'm saying. That this is what
I know. So
talked about. So suddenly, if somebody says, "I am going to make the difference by not talking about it, but actually making the change," that person has my blessing. But I just need to be convinced that, Charlie, this time there, it is different. And you are saying the time is different. There's a new sheriff.
Absolutely. And listen, thank you so much, man. And we asking all the millions of diasporans who watch your show to help us. KofiKoranten.com, help us. Go on there, contribute. Get on our Momo 059-999-5120. 059-999-5120. Help us with money. Let us build this thing. Let's change Ghana. Let's make Ghana better than the West. KSM, this is the deal. In the next 5 years, we're going to make Ghana better than, because we have the money. We have the human capital. The only thing we're lacking is leadership. And we're going to do it in the next 5-10 years, turn Ghana around and make it into a first world. I promise you.
Man. Show some love, okay? And folks, the number is on your screen right now. And those of you who believe in that dream and want to support, the number is on your screen right now as you speak. So send your momos and help KK come and revolutionize the system. In the meantime, in between time, this KSM here, all I can promise you is that I'll be back again with KK in the very, very near future for us to continue this dialogue. But in the meantime, in between time, KSM signing off, as I always do, in the same words. We are out of, let the whole world say, yeah.